P2 Executive Overview, the story of a USACE project. Introduction. Hi, my name is Anne, and I would like to welcome you to the P2 Executive Overview. Have you ever wondered how a project is accepted into the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers? About the business processes we follow, and the tools that are used in support of these processes? I am excited to have the opportunity to explain the story of a typical military project. In this short video, you will learn how work is accepted in USACE, how and when projects are initiated in our project management system, P2, how and when labor cost codes are generated in our financial management system, CFUMS, how the project is planned by a project delivery team, and finally, how a project is executed and closed. At the end of this video, you will find links for additional information and training. P2 Overview. As I take you through the story of a project, we will cover the 4 key phases in a project's life cycle: project initiation, project planning, project execution and control, and project closeout. A key component that touches all phases of a project's life cycle is the Program Management Business Process, or PMBP. Engineer Regulation 5111 is the governing regulation that drives the PMBP. The PMBP establishes the philosophy and provides the policy guidance to accomplish all work performed by the Corps. The heart of the PMBP is project-focused teamwork. It guides our project delivery teams, or PDTs, to execute projects in a consistent manner from anywhere in the world. Each and every team member shares responsibility for delivering projects on time and within budget while meeting both customers' expectations and accommodating national and public interests. P2 is USACE's enterprise program and project management system configured to support project execution. P2 allows users to plan their activities using the critical path method, develop the project budget, and generate labor cost codes through the interface with CFUMS. More importantly, P2 allows the PDT to assess the project's performance by collecting actual costs from CFUMS and comparing them to the planned scheduled costs. P2 is a tool that provides reliable project details to resources across the entire organization and to our customers. The PDT will utilize 3 key systems throughout each phase of a project's life cycle. These systems are linked within P2, allowing for frequent data sharing. Project management. Oracle's Primavera project management software is a sophisticated scheduling application used to facilitate the management of projects of all sizes and types. Financial management. CFUMS is seamlessly connected to the project financial data in Primavera, so the PDT can easily control how the budget is being utilized by the various organizations that are assigned to a program or project. Reporting. The Enterprise Data Warehouse, or EDW, provides a centralized data repository which is designed to support data sharing across the Corps using a robust reporting interface. P2 also includes several interfaces to internal USACE applications as well as external DoD systems. Phase 1. Project initiation. When an existing or a new customer requests assistance from the Corps, the district will review the request to determine if the work is within the district's mission and that sufficient resources are available. If approved, the project initiation phase begins. Once the work request has been received, the CFUMS representative notifies the Deputy for Programs and Project Management, or DPM. The DPM accepts the work and assigns it to the appropriate program manager. After the project has been accepted, the project manager, or PM, and the PDT will be assigned. The PM, along with the local P2 coordinator or a project controller scheduler, will prepare the project initiation form, or PIF, which is used to document the information needed to initiate and classify a project in P2. One of the district's project initiators will enter the data specified in the PIF into P2 using the Project Initiation Dashboard in Primavera P6 Web. This process has been streamlined so the initiator only has to enter what is necessary to create the project and generate a project work item, or PWI, in CFMS. This allows for the acceptance of funds into the PWI in a matter of minutes. Funds are received through a funding authorization document, customer order, or non-federal sources. During the project initiation phase, there is a process of approval embedded into P2. PDT members who have been assigned approval roles are notified by email at each step in the workflow so they can quickly and easily review and approve the project and budget. At the conclusion of the initiation phase, the project has been accepted by USACE and a work item has been established within our accounting system, CFMS. The project manager can now assemble their team and begin the planning process. Phase 2, Project Planning. Good planning is fundamental to project success because your ability to influence is strongest at the onset of the project. The PM and the PDT will begin to document the project lifecycle and objectives into the Project Management Plan, or PMP. The customer is a vital member of the PDT. Their involvement during the planning phase ensures that all assumptions and constraints pertaining to the project will be considered when developing the schedule and budget. The PDT will develop a work breakdown structure, or WBS. The WBS is a project management tool used to dissect the work into discrete, manageable components. One powerful aspect of the work breakdown structure is that cost and schedules can be rolled up at each level of the WBS. Within Primavera, there are standard WBS templates for each type of civil, military, and environmental program areas. The PDT will select the appropriate template and use that as a base to build out the full project plan. The PDT will then develop a budget for all the activities that make up each work product in the WBS. The development process will result in the project's resource plan. The PDT will also build out the project schedule by adding milestones, activity start and finish dates, durations, and establishing relationships between activities. The project manager works with the resource management organization to classify the work items in CFMS, submit and secure the project funding based on the team's budget, and then assigns permissions to the team to use the project funding. Once the PMP has been approved by all PMP approvers, the project status is automatically set to approved. All approved projects immediately become upward reportable to the division and to headquarters. At this point, the team has been identified, the project budget developed, and funds secured and entered into P2. The team has all it needs to start the project, and we move to the execution and control phase. Phase 3, Project Execution and Control. After PMP approval, the project enters the execution and control phase, where the project is monitored in accordance with the approved PMP. Now, we'll discuss how to measure progress and determine if we are meeting our project goals. All projects are managed using Oracle's Primavera project management software. Licensed users can access projects using Primavera Project Management or the web-based Primavera P6 Web. PDT members have a specific security profile assigned to them for each project they are working on. Depending on their role and level of responsibility, they will have different capabilities to view and make updates to a project in the P2 system. Scheduling with Primavera provides the PM with insights into how changes to project deliverables could affect future work so they can be proactive in resolving issues as they arise. In addition, the project resource, budget, and work item details are synchronized with CFMS, which allows the PM to control how the budget is being utilized by the various organizations that are assigned to their project. Procedures for project statusing differ from district to district based on local requirements. But at a minimum, All active USACE projects should be statused and scheduled in Primavera on a monthly basis. These tasks include marking any activities or milestones that have been completed since the last time the project was statused, in addition to updating the percent complete for activities that are still in progress. If the PM needs to make an adjustment to the budget, they make those updates to the associated activities and the specific resources assigned to those activities in Primavera. In Primavera P6 Web, those with the proper security setting can then select to have Primavera update the budget in CFMS. Statusing the project also includes importing actual expenditures. In P6 Web, the PM can select to transfer actual costs from CFMS to Primavera immediately, on a specified date, or periodically on a regular schedule that they determine. At a minimum, this should be done on a monthly basis. When the project is scheduled, Primavera will revise the project plan to update the plan's start and finish dates. The PM can track the critical path to verify that their schedule is still on time and on budget. P2 automatically interfaces with other USACE software systems on a nightly basis. For example, RMS, the Resident Management System, is the official source of contract information on awarded construction contracts. The RMS P2 interface exchanges budget, performance, and milestone data between P2 projects and RMS construction contracts every night. There are also nightly interfaces to sync P2 data with data that is captured in ACs for Air Force directives, CAPCs for Army directives, and FUDSMIS for the environmental program. Because each of these systems interface with P2, it is vital that each PD team member is committed to entering accurate and high-quality data. P2 data quality. There are many tools available in the P2 system to help users perform quality assurance and quality control on their project data. Quality assurance, or QA, is a process used to measure and assure the quality of a project. Quality control, or QC, is a process of delivering products and services while meeting the commitments to the customer. There are numerous reports available to QA/QC project data. These reports are located on the PMBP portal under the Reports section. Program and project reporting. As the project progresses, the PDT must communicate on a regular basis so that all interested parties are aware of the project status. This is extremely important for project success. There are numerous corporate and local reports that can be accessed via the PMBP portal or directly on the Enterprise Data Warehouse, or EDW, website. The EDW is a consolidated data source or repository which includes not only P2 data but also data from other systems such as CFMS and RMS. It is intended to be the single source for all USACE analytical reporting. Business Objects is the name of the software used to interface with the data housed in the EDW. This robust interface gives each P2 user the power to utilize standard reports that can be used across the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. In addition, report writers have the ability to create custom reports to support their local P2 reporting requirements. The EDW reporting interface allows you to share reports among districts, divisions, and at the headquarters level. Reports can be saved as Excel or PDF files that can be shared with team members, customers, and stakeholders. There is also the ability to schedule a report so that it can be automatically distributed to the PDT on a regular basis. The EDW enhances decision-making and ensures that all districts and divisions use standard reports that include the most relevant and factual data. Additional P2 tools. In addition to Primavera, CFMS, and the EDW, there are a number of P2 tools that the PDT utilizes to support their efforts in managing programs and projects. The PMBP portal is a website that is your gateway to all P2 and PMBP applications, reports, documentation, and training. The Corporate Management Information website, or CMI, is a collaborative work environment between PDT members and their customers. The CMI data sheets contain detailed project information which can be used at various meetings such as the Line Item Review, Project Review Board or PRB, and Senior Review Group meetings. Corporate Management Review or CMR reports are available through the web CMI. These reports utilize the data stored in P2 and they allow senior management to gain direct insight into how projects are progressing, which results in fewer data calls to PDT members. Stakeholders and their use of P2 data. In addition to the PDT, there are other stakeholders, both internal and external to USACE, who need to be kept up to date on project status. For example, USACE headquarters uses P2 data to verify enterprise-wide expenditures and obligations and to ensure that critical milestones are met. Headquarters also uses P2 data to monitor program execution and for their upward reporting. At the division level, the Major Subordinate Command, or MSC, uses project information for workload analysis, resource planning, monitoring data quality, and answering data calls. Districts utilize project data to calculate their resource requirements, manpower, determine their operating budget, and conduct program overviews. The project data is compiled and discussed during the district PRBs and is used to appraise stakeholders. Phase 4, Project Closeout. The final phase of a project's lifecycle is the Project Closeout, which includes the transfer of assets from the core to the customer. PDT members will mark all activities and milestones as complete in RMS and Primavera and verify in CFMs that all funds associated with the project have been expended and any remaining balance of funds returned. Project information will be archived in the P2 system to satisfy the needs of future project planning, historical records, and other reference purposes. Conducting a proper project closeout is critical to customer satisfaction, and it is the final step in customer acceptance. The customer now assumes responsibility for operations and maintenance of the delivered product. In summary, P2 is constantly evolving, and the entire organization benefits when each PDT member appropriately utilizes the features in P2. P2 provides the Corps of Engineers with the ability to proactively manage projects and seamlessly communicate project status both within and outside our organization. When project data is consistently and accurately entered into P2, executives, customers, stakeholders, PDT members, and the public all benefit from the reliability of the project data. I hope that you now have a solid understanding of the Corps of Engineers' processes to accept work, initiate a project in P2, develop the project schedule and budget, generate cost codes in CFMs, and finally, how a project is executed and closed. There are several resources that are available to help you learn more about the topics mentioned in this video. These include the PMBP Doctrine, Project Management Basic Technical Skills, and P2 Training. If you would like to learn more information, there are various training courses being offered to support your efforts in using P2. Go to the PMBP portal and click on the training link. Thank you for taking the time today to learn more about P2 and how it is being utilized to help manage the schedule, resources, and costs associated with each USACE project.